Hey guys, hope you're all doing well today. I have a little bit of a different video for you today. There was a discussion happening inside the Discord server not too long ago, and basically somebody was asking for help with Stolen Signal Flawless. It was the last one that they needed before getting their commendation, and I did express interest in joining the group because not only have I not completed Stolen Signal in many years, I have not completed it at all on my PC account. The group leader that is inside this mission is SJP. He's actually a moderator inside my Discord server. He's very knowledgeable about the game, so he, along with his friend Jimmy, carried the both of us through Stolen Signal. Granted, this one is a challenging difficulty. This is just for the commendation, so it's going to look like we're just sweeping through this. But later on, we do complete this heroic as well, and we also sweep through that very easily. And I would say it was almost easier just because we were actually able to put on our damage to elite builds with a bit more success. So for today's video, what I figured I would do is I have the gameplay going in the background. I'm going to do some commentary over it. I'm just going to explain what we're doing and why we're doing it. The main reason why I'm doing it this way is because I really wasn't very chatty throughout this entire process. I was really just kind of a sponge, and I was listening to what these guys were saying, just kind of retaining the information so I can know in the future, and hopefully I can help out more of you guys that are still needing to get the incursions done. So for that very first part, all you guys really have to do is just point and shoot. There's just enemies that are outside. You just have to eliminate the enemies that are outside, and once you get inside, there's going to be 3 different rooms that you can go into. And the way that SJP put it is it's good to go with the room that's up top, the very first door on your left, because the other ones require a defense player, so it just makes more sense to save those ones for the last portions, so you don't have to switch your build back and forth between Striker and D3. I believe all of the builds that were used were 9k stamina Strikers. There was a Sentry and D3 FNC. They used quite a bit throughout the mission. So once you enter the room upstairs, there's going to be a heavy just standing here. Just take him out, and then after that there's going to be a pretty large wave of shotgunners that push out. You'll have one wave and then another wave very shortly after. Once you eliminate those, there's going to be 2 heavies that spawn in. Again, this is on challenging difficulty, and heroic is going to look a little bit different, but we do this on heroic as well. So again, once you clear that second wave of shotgunners, you're going to have the 2 heavies that spawn in. At this point, we all switch over to 9k stamina Strikers. Those other guys might have had a higher DPS Striker, I'm not entirely sure, but I had a 9k on. And for this very first room, all you are doing is basically clearing the room, and within the first minute that you enter, you'll need to disarm explosives. I did not end up doing the explosives portion, so I unfortunately can't show that. In the future, I can probably do a more in-depth guide for Stolen Signal where I show each role. But they ended up taking care of that portion for me, so I'm just clearing the room of NPCs. Once you clear the room and after you disarm the explosives, you are going to have a prompt to go and release the hostages, but obviously you can't do that just yet. You have to deal with all of the Rikers that are going to be spawning in first. After the prompt to release the hostages, we all ended up drinking water, and SJ used the flashbang on Pigstick, the boss that spawns on the top balcony, and hit a tackling for us. It's important to get as much of his armor off as possible, because once he rushes on the bottom floor, he will try to disarm the explosives, and you want to prevent him from doing that. So you'll just clear the room, and once the boss spawns in, he's going to spawn on the bottom right underneath the balcony where he spawned earlier, and it should be a lot easier now to take him out. We just hit him with a flashbang again. He was standing in place, and I think I hit 1 bullet on him. But it's very imperative to get as much of his health down as possible on that very first initial burst. After you clear the boss, you just have to free the hostages, and then you're on to the next room. The next room that we enter is Studio 2, which is the very first room on the left on the bottom floor. And it's just like the last room that you enter. There's going to be NPCs right before the boss room, so you just need to clear out the NPCs. There's nothing too special. There's a couple heavies and shotgunners. Again, heroic will probably look different, but I will show that later. And right here, SJ is basically explaining what is going to happen in this room. There are tables inside the room that you can stand on so you do not get shocked by the floor. The floor does have a shock effect periodically, so it's a better idea to stand on top of the tables so you don't get the shock effect. And you can use an immunizer box here. If you are using Reclaimer, you can just throw the station in the middle of the room. Just don't place the box in the water because it will get electrocuted. There will be a heavy Riker that comes out from underneath the staircase. You have to kill this Riker as quickly as possible, because if you do not eliminate him quick enough, he will throw a very lethal grenade that can one-shot you, and it just prolongs the whole process of the boss coming out, and it can just kill your entire squad very quickly. So eliminate the heavy as fast as you possibly can, and then you will throw 2 gas grenades at both of the exits underneath the staircase. The reason why you're going to throw 2, one on each side, is because we're not exactly sure where the boss is going to run out from. So the gas grenade is going to slow down the boss, giving us enough time to hit a flashbang and attack link and kill the boss extremely quickly. Make sure everybody is focusing the boss when he spawns out. Now, if you do not kill the boss fast enough, the problem is that he's going to spawn more of the heavies the longer he's alive, and the grenades that the heavies throw are extremely lethal. So it's imperative that you eliminate the heavy that first spawns in and the boss as quickly as possible. If you do this, you're not going to have any issues because the NPCs are immediately going to stop spawning, and you can release the hostage and get into this next room without any problems. The next room that we're going to get into is Studio 1. The Studio 1 has a basically 2-part strategy. In the very beginning, a fuse box is on the floor. Someone needs to carry that all the way in at the end of the hall and put the fuse box back into the circuit. And a D3 player is needed to shield whomever is carrying the circuit breaker. You can equip EMP sticky bombs to temporarily disable the turrets from shooting you. There's going to be turrets on every corner within the hallway. Just make sure to have Combat Medic equipped if you're going for the Flawless Commendation, and use support stations, recovery links, survivor links whenever is required. I ended up having a survivor link and I used it towards the end of the hallway. You can also use EMP grenades if you don't have or don't want to use the EMP sticky bomb. Someone will need to run to open the doors to let the circuit breaker carrier through. Once this portion is complete, I would recommend waiting in this room for any of your skill cooldowns, including the recovery link. You could also just fast travel back to the base of operations to the firing range and use Cool Headed to get your ultimate skill back. Afterwards, you'll just go into the next room. You're just going to kill the NPCs as they rush in. And when Checkers comes in, she is a sniper boss. You just have to blind her with the sticky bomb and then hit tack link, and it'll be over as quickly as possible. It's not necessary to use the tack link, but it does make the process extremely fast. And finally, Studio 4 is going to be the longest process for sure. This is where you need to protect 3 hostages that are tied up in specific areas. You are definitely going to need 2 D3 players, one of them with an extended mobile cover for the hostage that's at the back of the room, which would be the very first hostage when you enter. You'll need 2 striker players to kind of do ad control. The other 2 players are going to need to be a defense build. One of them needs to have an extended mobile cover skill equipped. This is going to be to protect the hostage that's tied up at the back of the room, which is the very first hostage when you enter. Since I was a striker player, I didn't really get to show you guys where the mobile cover needs to be to protect the last hostage, but I'll go ahead and put a picture up right here, provided by SJP, of where it needs to be. It can take a little bit of maneuvering the mobile cover to get it in the exact right position, but I will say to please give the defense player enough time by leaving 1 NPC alive to do this. An experienced player will pretty much have it down as soon as you guys enter the room, so you won't have any problems with eliminating the NPCs. And then once you do eliminate the last NPC, the very first hostage protection wave is going to start. And once that happens, you will have a marker of which hostage needs to be protected first. Since there's 2 defense players, it's a good idea that both defense players protect the same hostage, just to have some extra layers of protection. On heroic difficulty, there will be a stage where all 3 hostages have to be protected at the same time. If you do wipe this part, it's completely fine. You won't lose your flawless commendation because of that. The flawless is only if you go down or die when you lose that commendation. So if you do wipe, it's just a matter of doing the same steps over again. Now, as far as the bosses goes, there's actually going to be 3 bosses total. For the first 2 bosses, those are Jackalope and Bighorn. It's best to just let the defense players deal with them. Don't kill them as soon as they spawn, because it's going to start the next segment of the hostage protection immediately, and sometimes the defense players aren't ready for this. Oftentimes they need to reset the mobile cover that's at the back of the room because sometimes the gun destroys it. So just give them enough time, go off of what they say. Once the heavy Riker spawns at the back of the room, he's going to either jump off of the balcony on top or he's going to come out of a door on the other side. That will be the last NPC that spawns for that wave. So once the defense players are ready, they will tell you to go ahead and focus the bosses and eliminate them. Jackalope and Bighorn waves are going to be exactly the same, so just follow the same process as you did for Jackalope to Bighorn. The last boss is Bobcat. He does have an immunity phase where he takes no damage and he does crazy amounts of damage at the same time. Probably the most effective way to eliminate him is literally just to damage phase him as soon as he spawns in, meaning you flashbang him, shock him, hit a tack link on him with water, and eliminate him immediately. If you aren't able to kill him in time, you'll just have to time it out properly. Whenever he's in a blue phase, you just have to basically ignore him. Don't do any damage to him until his blue phase is over. Just let the defense players handle them until the defense players say damage phase is over. Let's go ahead and focus him. But once Bobcat is eliminated, all that's left is just clearing out the room and untying the hostages, and that is it. I'm sure that everything that I said sounded really straightforward and it looked really easy, but for those of you who have already attempted Stolen Signal many times, you already know that it is anything but straightforward and easy. It just helps to have really experienced players on your team showing you the ropes, and that's exactly what happened during this match. So I'd like to thank my mod SJP for all of his notes and his assistance in getting through Stolen Signal with a breeze, and he's going to be bringing me through some more Stolen Signals in the future so I get some more experience, and then I'll be able to do more guides on the channel, not just for Stolen Signal, but for all of the incursions in general. And I'll say again, if you guys are having trouble finding people to play with, and if you are having trouble getting these incursions completed, especially the flawless commendations, make sure to join my Discord. I leave a link in all of the descriptions of my videos to join my Discord. We are almost at 500 members, and those are all active Division 1 players across all platforms. So if you are looking for some new people to play with, or if you just joined the game and you're looking for some help, or if you've been chasing those flawless commendations for who knows how long and you really need some assistance, just join the Discord, find the looking for group channels, and ask for some help. I'm sincerely looking forward to meeting you guys inside the Discord channel because I am active in them almost every single day. But enjoy the rest of the video, guys. I will talk to you guys later. Yeah, I got those on.
Cool.
Are we in the same order as last time, or?
Yeah. Finish off with the first one. Then this, D3 at last. The reason for that is whoever is D3 generally goes D3 for that last area as well, so you keep those two clubbed together at last. I'll go tackling for this. Okay.
Ooh, goody, a cipher key.
Which you can't even use because the vendor is brick.
I'm so glad I got that cipher key. I tried to jump down, but it wouldn't let me.
Oh shit. I will throw gas grenade on this side. Oh! Okay. That. Ooh, okay.
I don't need it.
That was beautiful.
Fine. It's probably easier than the challenging run.
The last time we lost Flawless was because this dude throws whatever grenade he throws, it doesn't matter if you have 6k or 9k, it still one-shots you. I'll throw the EMP sticky. Or you guys throw, because I dropped some. You guys throw the EMP sticky if you have. Thank you. Someone open the door for me. Livid, can you open the door? Okay, we can change builds now. This one.
There's a buy one get one free coupon here for Kobe's.
What? Can you notice that? He poor guy didn't even get a chance to make his first step. Who has the key?
Bye, checkers.
Oh,
Checkmate.
thanks, Han.
Buy him time to do steps. Okay, kill all NPC. I forgot about it. Thank you. Sorry. Yeah, you guys deal with the NPCs who do. Okay, done. Chanda should spawn at the back. Live it. Let's go. What? Yeah, you can kill the boss now. Live it. Close to- okay, cool. I'll stand on the. Yeah, Jimmy will be on X. I'll be ahead. Yeah, I think that was my mistake. Yeah. I'll keep the boss on aggro. You replace the shield. Okay, he got his shield back. Chandra should spawn anytime soon.
Yeah, he's dead.
Oh, nice. Let's go on then. Now comes the suffering. I'm tanking the damage, so I should be at the right spot. If it flips, I give up. Really, you stand on the staircase this time. You rush the boss now. Let's go. You guys last shot, yeah. You guys have shock grenade? Yeah, shock him up, blind him. And he might be late. You might be late. Okay. Blind shock grenade. Yeah, he'll be late. Good. He's eating through my shield. Okay, yeah, you can damage face damage. You know what, I'll go shotgun and wait.
Yeah, I used the only one I had.
Not yet. Let him go to damage face. He's immune right now. Okay, damage face. Nice. Flawless start. Sorry, heroic distant jump. It's easy, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And you got your commendation. Nice.
I did. Thank you guys.